Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Our party is approaching a vessel. And yes, they see the man attached to your masts, still alive, slowly dying. And when you say drop anchor and prepare to be boarded, the Connar immediately takes evasive maneuvers. And since you're going one way and they're going the other way, they try to bolt to the side to get past you. And we're going to have to do some opposed seamanship checks. We're going to need... Archie, you're already rowing it, so you're good. Captain John Winters, you're at the helm. I'm going to need you to make me your best... Is it seamanship?
It's usually Neal that does the navigation.
Usually this is navigation.
This is not navigation. Yeah, this is being able to call out how to maneuver the ship in this direction or that direction. Do we need to trim the sails here? Do we need to pick up the pace with the oars or slow them down or half slow the oars and half speed the oars?
I've got it. Easy.
I need your very best seamanship check, Captain.
You got it. 30.
Ooh. 30's pretty good. They will be rolling... And then...
Off a will +1.
Your ship is a little bit faster, quite a bit faster, actually, so I'm going to give them a penalty. And it's not going to go well. They do their best to outmaneuver you, and they can sort of get past you a little bit by going to this side, and you'll have to turn around and come up from behind them. But once you're on their tail... None of the tricks that they try are good enough. Their ship is just too slow and unmaneuverable. They do their best to outpace you, but you will catch up from them behind, bit by bit by bit.
I signal...
I want to talk to the captain real quick.
Okay.
Captain, when we get within 90 yards, do you think it would be fine if I just lightning bolted the deck to show that we make business?
We don't want to sink that ship.
No, it
Paul
won't hit
lightning.
The ship, it'll hit the people.
Has already been started.
Yeah, that's been gone, yep.
Right, so starting actually right about now, because it's 10 minutes after first being cast, you can start bringing lightning bolts down on them if you wish, Sail.
Yeah,
Is that what you would like to do?
Bolts. Keep hold of it.
Yep. No, I'm gonna hold it ready, but I would ideally... So, if I have a bow in one hand, and I take a round to concentrate, would I be able to use one hand to actually fire off the lightning bolt? Because I think once it's cast, I just have to remain stationary, I think. I'm basically a turret.
The caster can call down one bolt per turn. The caster need not call a bolt of lightning immediately. Other actions, even spell casting, can be performed. However, the caster must remain stationary and concentrate for a full round each time a bolt is called. Yeah, so now that there's this storm brewing overhead, you can use your bow. You can do other stuff. You can even walk around the ship, but if you want to bring down a bolt of lightning, you need to stop in a position where you've got line of sight and concentrate for one round. So,
okay, so I have a lot more mobility than I thought.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yes, but you do need a full round to bring down each bolt.
Well, I think I want to signal. Can I just signal any words like surrender or die, basically? And then I give Sail the signal to give a warning shot.
Okay, yes, you can string up flags to say surrender or die. It takes a little while if you're going to spell words out exactly, but you can... and you will see on their ship, on the back of their ship facing you, there is a man, an older man with a short gray beard and long wispy mustache, who has been brought a shield by some younger person nearby and is also putting on chain armor over his body, and he's got an arming sword at his side. This looks to be some sort of professional warrior who's on boat.
Calling that out?
Yeah, I see this guy. I point to him
with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, lightning bolt him, Sail.
Sail, get him.
I will.
Can Sail see him to lightning bolt him, or does he need the spyglass for a moment?
Oh yeah, close to me.
Bum, 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 bum.
Pull out. This is our first ship to ship combat.
a catapult that can fire Archie onto the other ship and just start fucking them up.
I was thinking the exact same thing. If we could get a way to give him an item with wind column,
yeah,
and just land anywhere.
That'd be so badass. Like just cannonball Archie through the deck, comes climbing
like
out of the hole and just fucking ravaging people.
Space Marine boarding pod, right?
Yeah.
I want to find.
I really hope Archie can like start a whole like crew of little follower punch guys who we can then launch together as like a
the Space Marine drop
crew.
Yeah. Fighters.
No one uses weapons, only fists.
So with ship-to-ship combat using like bombards or catapults or spells, even like large ballistas, there's a lot of more instability on a boat. The boat that you're on is rocking back and forth, the boat that they're on is rocking back and forth, and everything's also going up and down at the same time. So pinpointing exact targets, even with spells other than Magic Missile, is much more difficult. You can aim for the guy, but we're going to roll some dice to see if you actually hit him or if you just hit the boat next to him. When you're targeting a ship, you can generally target like large concepts. If you want to like target the mast, you can fairly easily target the mast. If you want to target the top deck, you can fairly easily target the top deck. If you want to like aim for the sides, you can fairly easily aim for the sides, but aiming at any one specific point is likely to hit near it. And the different areas that you hit on a ship are going to cause different types of damage. Generally speaking, we have the rigging, the decking, and the hull are the three like big concepts for a ship. The rigging is the sails and everything that goes with the sails, you know, attaching them to the things on the sides, you know, this little pulley over here, the ropes, the actual sails themselves, the cross beams, the masts, all of that. The wind power mechanics are all the rigging. The decking is not just the top deck, but also the further decks below. As decking gets damaged, it makes it harder for people to move about on the ship. It makes it harder for them to perform actions. It makes it harder for them to do navigation checks or seamanship checks or seaworthiness checks. We'll get to seaworthiness a little bit later. And targeting the hull is where you do the damage that would cripple a ship, like would make it sink. Hull damage will not necessarily impact people's ability to move on the ship or act on the ship, but it will, you know, slowly cause the ship to sink if you do enough damage. So if you want to target the individual person, we will have to make some rolls to see if you hit him. And since he's at the very back of the ship, if you miss him and you're calling down from the top, you'll just like hit the decking. Would you like to target the individual?
The bolt is 20 foot in diameter, so I think if I aim at the back of the ship, I have a really good chance.
20 foot in diameter?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like
holy shit.
10 foot radius, 20 diameter.
Any creature within a 10-foot radius of the path or the point where the lightning strike suffers full damage unless a successful saving throw versus spell is rolled. In which case, wow, Call Lightning is way stronger than I thought it was. Well, I guess with Call Lightning, this becomes a much smaller point. But it does always strike from the sky. So Call Lightning will do decking damage and rigging damage, but you're not really going to be able to do hull damage with Call Lightning.
That's why I was like, dude, those griffins, they're so, like, if they get too close.
Yeah, well, with a 10-foot radius on that damage point and the ship not being all that wide, you're going to hit the guy. We don't even need to make a roll for this one. I will give him a saving throw, and you're targeting him or nearby him. So roll me damage, which is 2d8 plus 1d8 per level.
It's 5d8.
Holy shit.
Once every 10
27 damage against a man.
That's gonna like blow a hole in the deck as well.
29 life, and he will make his saving throw. I think he's 5th level. I think it's going to be a 16. No, natural 1 on the saving throw is terrible. The ship gets blown. The back of the ship gets blown to smithereens. That aft castle area, just like boards go flying. The man's got his chainmail. He's got his shield. He's drawing his sword, and then he splashes into the water in the wake of the ship and begins to sink beneath the waves, barely, trying his best to scramble and push to the surface, but the weight of the armor will pull him down.
Do we wait for... signal them again, Captain, if they don't.
Yeah. Last chance, I say this time.
You'll give them
and
a
then
morale
I'll
check.
do last chance and then drop anchor. Prepare to be boarded.
The ship slowly slows. The oars that they had deployed, not enough to really power the whole ship, but a few oars begin to get pulled in. You can see the sails begin to drop from the sea, from the masts, and come to a stop. And the boat begins to slow. Eventually, the anchor on the backside drops. The chain into the water, and you can pull up alongside them.
Right. I latch some ropes across, and making sure the crew's not too far behind me, I'll leap across the other side and walk confidently towards the assembled people on the deck and say, well, that was quite a show. Thanks for giving me a chance to use that.
You can see that they have gathered 4 bodies, badly charred, that must have been on the back of the ship near the lightning bolt blast. They are laid out on the deck. And one person, not seemingly a sailor of any kind, but a gentleman of like nobility and rank and prestige, wearing nice, well-fitting clothes, like a nice vest that buttons down, a pin of a stare all over his lapel, and his heart steps forward.
Any family markings?
Archie will come along. Okay. Are you guys having a cookout up here?
You! How dare you! Do you have any idea who we are? I am an accountant for the White Prince, and that man who you struck down with what sort of infernal demonic magic, I do not know, but that man was a knight who served the White Prince. Whoever you are, you have one chance to repent before the White Prince will come and bring you down to his dungeons.
I'm gonna cast the fog cloud, like cloud kill, off of the side of the ship. And I'm gonna explain to them. I think you know what that is.
The looks go back.
What we have to say.
Most of the people on the boat
now.
seem a little confused, but the accountant's white face goes white as the blood drains, and he sees the cloud kill spell, instantly recognizing it, which tells you that he's been around magic enough that he recognizes what's going on. Are you having the cloud kill roll towards the ship, away from the ship, with the ship?
Go off of the ship because I don't want it to hit anybody, but I want to cast a spell like I have these spells to throw out and I can kill everything on it.
Gotcha. Right. All right. The accountant clearly understands what's happening, and he goes pale. You wouldn't dare. You'd kill everyone on this ship.
Nilram smiles wickedly.
You've already killed the knight and the captain. What more could you want?
Captain's already dead. I take a few steps towards this guy, and I will pull the a stair pin out of his doublet and throw it on the ground in front of me and spit on it. So that's what I think of your White Prince. Now, the rest of the men on this ship, are you going to die for this cur? You can fight and die, or you can gather what wealth you have, deliver it to us, and you can be on your merry way.
I point at the accountant. You're coming with us. Archie, tie him up.
I'm just an accountant.
You're not so big now, are you, buddy?
The other people that you see on the deck are mostly passengers who are curious. You can hear the sounds from below, and you can look down through the grating to see in the hold that there are sailors down there and some other passengers down below. All the passengers look to be sort of middle to upper middle class. Only this accountant and that knight have that air of rank and nobility near them.
All right, we need to get everyone on the deck here. So I will get Archie and Sail to go downstairs and get everyone on the deck lined up. I'm going to search everyone's pockets. I'm going to search everyone's rooms.
All right. Archie and Sail, you head down below. And unfortunately, not everyone down below is really aware of what's going on, or maybe they're aware and they just don't care, because one of the sailors down below has pulled out a belaying pin. That's one of those pins that you would put on the side of the deck. We talked earlier about how you like throw your rope to things to attach to. They attach to belaying pins some of the time. And he's got one of these like makeshift weapons in hands. And when Archie and Sail come down the steps into the darkened hold, the guy whose eyes are already adjusted keeps his belaying pin on hand and tries to ambush you with a thwap. Which one of you was heading down the stairs first?
Hang on, wait. Are you telling me that Archie doesn't have an eye patch for this specific situation after everything that's happened?
Who's going down first?
I think we could roll for who goes first.
Sure.
Whoever gets higher on a d20.
Yeah, the two of you roll me a d20. Whoever got higher goes first and is subject to this attack roll. All right, Archie, it's you. The guy steps out from a shadowy spot, belaying pin in hand, taking a strike for you with a 19.
Ooh,
he does it.
Yikes.
The makeshift club smashes into you for 3 points of damage, and you and this gentleman can roll off an initiative against each other to see who can beat the other one. He gets a 9 on initiative. Ooh, you get a 12. That is bad. You want lower. Lower is better. So he will take a second strike at you with a back you cur, back! And it's a critical hit, I think, maybe. What's your AC?
With armor,
Oh,
I got...
it's 18, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 18.
All right, it's not a critical. He's off by 1. He almost criticals Archie.
Wait, is he not maybe flanking him or something, you know?
I think by this point, Archie's like turned to face him, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the club will do another 4 points of damage. Archie sustained 7 points.
Dude, seriously, ow. Jesus Christ. All right.
Surprise.
Boom.
It's a brutal blow.
Oh, that's only 5 damage.
He stands still
God,
after
this guy
one.
is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Second hand.
Punch number 2. Boom.
Rip.
Boom.
Yeah.
And he's dead.
The 2 brass knuckles come in, and the sailor goes down, down, down. The ribs crack. He crumples. The other sailors nearby in this tight hold where you could really only fight one-on-one, at least in this section of the stairwell, they drop their pins and put
Anyone
their hands
else?
in the air.
Huh? Anyone else want to be a hero? Come on. Nobody? Really?
I'll raise my hand and say, I wish I was a hero.
One day, Sail.
Captain, where's the captain of the ship?
Apparently he's already dead.
One of the accountant points to one of the charred bodies. There's the knight's body couldn't be recovered. The captain's body is here. The squire's body is here, and then another of some unknown person, probably one of the passengers.
I mean, I'll check the captain's corpse when it gets pointed out.
Yeah.
The keys and,
There's a
rings and-
whistle. There's some coins in a pocket. There's like 2 gold in a pocket somewhere.
We'll take
But
it.
most of the rest of the captain is charred beyond recognition. The clothes are burned. The flesh is scalded and crispy.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I wait for Sail and Archie to
call out as well. Are any of you on this ship blacksmiths by trade? Do not lie. It will help you. Blacksmith, glass blowers. What was the other one that we needed?
woodworker. No, that's
Worker
Archie.
shipwright cap. Oh wait.
But yeah, we would still be.
Oh, we need like a
Leather
sewer.
worker?
We need
Yeah,
like someone who
sewer.
can sew or like do leather working. Yeah, I'll call out those 3 tasks.
Okay. No one fills any of those roles. And if you point to anyone and ask them, someone will say, I'm a servant at a noble's house. Another person will say that they're a messenger, an errand boy. Someone else will tell you that they're their family, they don't do anything in particular, but their family is involved in metallurgy and smelting in particular. but not in actual forging, just, you know, in the process of turning ore into iron bars. You'll ask a few people around. No one has any. The squire was the only kid aboard this ship. The youngest person here is like 24. Mm-hmm.
I give him a intelligence test that I've given to many others.
Okay.
Nurem's looking for an apprentice.
This young woman has 14 intelligence.
Not enough.
No? Okay.
Take that back.
Sorry.
No, they all seem to be passengers going from one place to another. Most of them are bound for Oaktown. A couple of them are bound for Yuma, and another one is bound for Port Augustus.
I'm gonna go around with like a bag and hold it out and see what everybody drops in.
Yep, people immediately, you know, put their coins, they're in it very quickly. But the second person you come across has, like, you know, a set of pearl earrings, like small pearls. They're misshapen pearls. They're not perfect pearls that you might want for like spell casting, but they're still worth something. They're worth you know, maybe a gold or two each.
I hold the bag there for a few more seconds. Nothing.
Uh-oh.
I magic missile them.
Jesus.
Yeah, this random civilian with D6 HP is blown apart.
I take the earrings off of her, and I continue going.
I'm gonna yell out the next person who doesn't hand over the goods, and we sink the ship.
All right. The next few people drop their goods in until you come across a married couple, and they put all their wealth in there. But you can see that they leave their gold wedding rings on their fingers and sort of like finger them, but like hold them on their hands, sort of like a, I don't want to give it up.
I'll step up behind Norm and say, that's all right, let them keep it.
I was already typing out the roll. I'm sorry. I'm gonna split it.
All
so
right.
4 damage to the lady, and then 7 damage to the guy.
Okay.
6, 7. Yeah, because +1. Sorry.
So the husband is dead. The lady takes 3, and so the magic
4.
missiles 4.
Because it's 3d4 + 1.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
So
yeah, so it's
4.
1d4 + 1.
Okay,
I just
got
didn't
it.
split it correctly.
Got it. Yeah. So they both go down.
I grab them. I pick up the rings. I put them in the bag, and I continue on with one more magic missile.
Now we're gonna have to sink the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on Dad on the ship.
That's not my fault.
All right. Everyone else puts in their goods, and as you're doing it, someone's like, "But you'll spare us, right? We're cooperating. Just it's unfair for us to die if they didn't listen."
We'll spare some of you, but the ship is going to sink. We are men of our words.
Why? You don't need to sink the ship.
I'll hold my hand up. Because when the Crimson Fists say something, we do it.
It's out of our control now, sorry.
But I hope you guys are good swimmers. Whoever can get to where our ship lives. And I'll turn on Dead the ship.
Well, before we do that, I'll whisper to the captain. I guess you can do that too. How many can we take on our ship?
How far are we from an island?
Couple hours?
Yeah. Okay, we can bring them all on the ship.
How about we... Never mind. No one wants to make them fight for their stay, so he wants to make half the ship, kill the other half of the ship. He'll bring it up, but he feels like it's a little too much for you guys.
Yeah, that is too much. We're not doing that. We're not the fucking cartel.
I like it.
It's a cartel.
In Mexico, you know. That's what they do, apparently. Yeah, I mean, what we'll do is, I think maybe if you want to do that, we can say anyone who can get to the ship before it sinks, we'll rescue. Sure. But we need to make sure we loot everyone. We loot all the rooms first.
Yeah.
I want to take the paperwork for the ship as well, and the captain's log.
We're gonna keep the accountant.
All right.
Yeah, he's definitely coming. He's a prisoner.
He's coming with us. He knows.
Oh wait, do we need to vote on sinking the ship? I kind of declared that.
No, I think that's okay.
Well,
I think we should vote on it in the future, but it's been said, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
United
I got caught up in the heat of the moment. Nealrum killed a dude, and I was like, "That's it."
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you can loot the rest of the ship. I'll give you a total gold amount when you get back to base or something like that. And soon you can shuffle all the people onto your deck. Now, we're going to run into a little bit of a problem here because as you're searching the ship, you'll see that in addition to the majority of the cargo being passengers, there are some large crates aboard. And, there's food and there's water and there's, lanterns and oil and rope and all the other stuff that's on a boat. But it appears there are some large crates here.
We're only going to take all of the shit that we want off the boat first, and then we'll take survivors second.
Okay,
Yeah,
now the crate that you see here is too big to move. It's maybe like 4 feet by 4 feet by 5 feet, so it's huge. You would need like a crane to lift it.
I can. Well, I have enlarge ready.
You could reduce it though, technically.
I could reduce it if we wait.
You could reduce the crate, but the stuff inside wouldn't reduce, right? Only the crate would.
What's inside?
Wait, is that true? If you reduce the chest, it would reduce the stuff inside the chest, no?
I don't think so. No.
With that first... Wait, does that mean if, I eat a coin and he reduces me, the coin proportionally gets huge inside me and I die?
That's a discussion for another time. That's a deep rabbit hole right there.
If he were to reduce it, would, the crate presumably break, assuming it was, bullion, right?
I think it depends on a lot of factors is the answer. But you can get to the top of the crate and pry it open. There's a crowbar somewhere on the ship that you can use. But as you get up to bring a little step ladder up to the crate and begin to pry at it, you hear a growl come from inside,
shit.
like a
griffin.
Do you still pry it open?
I mean, I'm taking
already a lightning bolt. Yeah, I have the material components out, but I'm not ready to cast.
Okay.
I just want to open the lid a little bit and get a look, and then close it back up.
Inside,
I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong.
Inside, you see a tiger in this tiny crate, pounced. Or not pounced, but crouched low, looking up in the direction where you are, and it lets out a deep.
Immediately close the lid.
How much are these worth?
I don't know. I mean, I've got animal handling. Maybe I'll open it back up.
Make sense with the tiger. Yeah, do it. Brilliant.
Do we have any? Do we have any? I mean, it would be cool to have a tiger in the base, wouldn't it?
You're gonna have to roll a natural 20 on this animal handling check.
So, unless you give it some meat or find someone it hates on the boat.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna feed it the captain.
The charred captain.
Yeah, it's already cooked. Because I'm doing this while they're getting all the people on the boat and looting all the stuff, right? I've got time to kill, so... I'm
imagining 2 people have to keep an eye on the passengers and crew while 2 people can loot. Okay. You wouldn't want anyone to, try and escape and take your ship and flee in the moment.
Absolutely not. I
so
feel
what are you
bad
gonna...
about leaving the tiger to die. I need to hack off, parts of this person, like a leg or an arm.
Yeah.
I haven't got a slashing weapon.
If only you had someone with a butchery proficiency on hand.
Hey, yeah, okay. Well, when I've got a moment, I'll call Archie over to dismember this person. Oh, it's Sail, right? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Sail! You give me a hand over here?
Yeah, I'll come over and help him butcher up a nice steak. Nice charred captain steak.
The retching of the gentle people on the ship pervades the soundscape and the smell. They watch in horror as you butcher the captain and feed him bit by bit to a tiger trapped under deck.
Animal handling check.
Yeah, okay, so I feed the tiger a little bit first. And then I want to, oh, God.
You gotta, pry open the crate and, lift the edge a little to, toss in the food.
Yeah. I need Archie down here with me to do this.
Yeah.
In case it goes wrong. So when Archie's here...
Are you sure you don't want Nilrim there to lightning bolt it in case it goes wrong?
I feel like Archie can...
You feel like Archie can take a tiger?
I've taken a fucking Tyrannosaurus or some shit, okay?
Yeah.
Good luck.
I don't like.
We need to at least two of you with the prisoners. So yeah, Archie's down here, right? I'm gonna pry open the front of the crate and throw in the rest of the body to the tiger. And now it's like in front of me, and it could attack me if it wants to. And I'm gonna try and hit it with my animal handling check.
Go for it.
This is pointless. Like,
Natural
what's the
one.
point of this? There's no way I can bring it on the ship and keep it.
Barbo got a Yeti
It would be
before.
so sick.
It's never gonna work.
I got a baby Yeti once.
It's gonna look.
That is a failure. That is not even a success. The tiger is like curled. You toss in the food. It doesn't look like he's eating it, and then it like takes a step towards you, and you
That's a good step
mistake that its ears, are down. You mistake it for like, oh, passiveness, but the ears are pinned, and it leaps at you.
Oh no!
It perceives you
No,
as
it's gonna
the-
one-shot me. What?
You dumb fuck.
Imagine thinking you could tame a tiger.
It was so stupid.
That's some shit I do.
Yeah, that was really dumb. How could you
That's
not
an
though?
18-int move right there.
Yeah.
D20 plus 5 to hit. It gets 3 attacks, 2 claws, and a bite.
He's not surprised though.
I'm parrying the bite. In
So
fact,
here-
wait. I'm parrying with all 3 of my attacks. Correct? Is that fine? So both my attacks are parries, and my free block is on the bite.
I think that's fine. Yes. So roll your parry as the tiger launches at you with its claws. A 20 and a 16.
Okay, the 16 will miss. These are the claws, so here's my first block. That doesn't work.
Nope. And second.
Second one doesn't work. Okay.
But your AC is 17?
Yep.
Well, it depends how much that first claw did. If it does 13 damage, he doesn't have armor.
That's true.
Well, the claws only do D4 plus 1.
Okay.
Actually, a little low for tiger damage, I think, but that's what the book tells us. So the first claw will rake you for 4
15.
damage.
Okay.
And
And then the bite, right?
you get +2 to attack and damage rolls if they're defending their young. They're not in this situation. And then the bite attack is a 17.
Fucking can't block a single thing. What the fuck?
That's
That's
a
stupid.
tiger.
It doesn't matter how many times I roll a block. It literally hasn't ever worked.
It is better at higher levels than at lower levels for certain. So the tiger throws itself at you. You bring out your weapons to defend as best as you can, but one lands a claw across your chest, and then it sinks its teeth into your shoulder.
Fucking cats! God damn it!
Archie, you can take a round right now. Go for it.
Do I have to roll initiative?
No. I think everyone was sort of ready for this to happen.
All right. Boom.
19's an easy hit. 10 points of damage. Ooh.
Nilram hears the
do it?
commotion and shakes his head towards Sail.
No, the tiger
Non-magical
has
people.
26 HP.
What the fuck? Boom.
Oh! Fucking hell,
Nice.
Archie. That's another hit, not a crit.
Boom.
You've done 16 out of its 26 HP. So you like break one rib and then you smash a fist into one of the forearms, and you can hear like the bones cracking underneath and the flesh tears, fur falls to the ground. The tiger's blood mixes with John's blood, and John, you can go ahead and actually you spent all your actions on blocks.
Blocking, yeah.
All right, give me initiative. Everyone above deck hears like and the sounds of battle from below.
Oh, I
John.
didn't click on my token.
John has animal handling, but Archie handles animals.
Our tiger
go
got
first.
a 14. Yes, Archie, you are first to strike
Archie has
again.
non-lethal damage, right?
Ah, fuck that.
Only if he wants.
This was a stupid idea. Just kill it.
14
No, Archie
AC
gets
on the
to go
tiger.
first.
You do hit it. One more
Boom.
time. Bring it down to 5 hit points. Offhand, you finally critical the tiger in the skull with a brass knuckle as it's reeling from your last blow. Go ahead and roll me 2d6 plus 4 for damage.
That'll do it.
5, 6, 7 points, and the tiger goes down.
I look at Archie, blood like leaking from my shoulder and chest.
What did I tell you about cats, John?
You never cease to amaze me, Archie.
They're
Holy
vicious.
shit! That was fucking crazy. I don't know what I expected,
said I
really.
couldn't do it, by the way. I just want to point that out.
I mean, he watched you beat that dinosaur to death. I don't know what his deal is. Well, do you know what, though? I don't... If I'd have killed it, I could have killed it. If I'd have killed it, I'd have ruined the pelt. So that's why I was just defending. Now it's in perfect condition.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, you're right. Perfect. Just as I planned. All right.
I want to drag the corpse of the tiger upstairs and throw it in front of Nilrim's feet.
Normal. Give a real clap. He's impressed.
Anyone know how to skin this thing?
Any
I could
leather
give it a
work?
try.
We already asked.
Yeah.
You've got a
So,
butchery.
give it a
That's
try.
pretty fucking
Yeah.
close to leather
Oh my
working.
God, Archie wants a tiger skin robe so bad to go along with his chain. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, it would be like a boxer, right, coming into the ring.
Yeah.
I want to
Badass,
like
yeah.
hold up the claws of the cat and be like, Archie, is this like the size of your fist? It could make you like cool gloves.
Oh shit.
Fingerless tiger gloves with like tiger claws on them.
Oh shit, yeah.
Normal call out as they're doing their thing. What skills do you guys have? We're not taking all of you. Be honest. And it will
The
set you
sailors
free.
can sail, they can row, they can man a ship, they can trim the sails, they can do all those things. They emphasize their sailing abilities, highly useful. A lot of these other people are sort of like servant class folk who are visiting friends and family. There are a couple of they're not merchants, but they're of the merchant class. They would be like maybe not merchant class, the wrong way to put it, but they're like scribes or heralds, useful people who have skills, but not necessarily all that applicable to you.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple of just, homemakers who are off to visit family.
So there's scribes, right?
Yeah,
One of
there's
them's like, I work in marketing.
They deal with documents a lot, right?
yeah, there's 2 scribes on deck.
I'll
That's
take
not-
one of the
between
scribes.
Between the scribe and the accountant, we might actually be able to forge
Yeah, I
some
agree.
documents here.
True.
We'll take you 3. I pointed the 2 scribes and the accountant, and then I also call out who would stand here on this deck in front of a stair and say fuck a stair and fuck the White Prince.
Ooh.
I like it, Norum.
Let's make a quick morale check here. Okay, so we're gonna roll. There are about 20 people, 25 people remaining. And anyone who rolls greater than a 12 will... No, it needs to be less than a 12.
Less than a
We'll
12.
say... We'll join that. So 18 of the 25 people are happy to immediately denounce a stare right away.
Wait, no, it's only 2 of the 12, right? Because you need to roll less than.
12
Most
or
people
less.
rolled a 12 or less. Sorry,
Yeah,
you got it right. Yep.
Yeah.
Bad
So most of them are willing to denounce a stare. There are 7 who refuse, who would never dare. How could you say such a thing? How could you?
I'll
You'll
line
see
those
soon
7
enough. No, let's send them to Rohit. I don't say that out loud, but
Yeah,
sure?
Let's send them to him, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
if-
vibrating at the thought of like dragging these guys to the bottom of the ocean.
That's fair, yeah.
we'll
Okay,
show them how powerful a stare is.
Can I do it,
Okay.
guys? Can I?
Do it. Get
Yeah,
it.
we'll take the 18 people, the 2 scribes and the 1 person. I don't care what they said. We're
Uh-huh.
taking those guys.
As these guys get dragged off the edge of the boat, I will say, it's time to bear witness to the powers against a stare. And we'll throw these guys overboard and let.
Are you throwing them overboard? Are you having the tentacles come up and drag them down? What is going on
We're
here?
gonna have
I think
Rohit
we wanna do
take
a
the whole
spectacle.
ship, right?
Can we drag them off the ship? Yeah, that's cool.
I was going to
Oh,
call
right,
lightning the
yeah.
ship and like turn undead the ship, and I assumed like the combined damage might be enough
Yeah,
to sink
okay.
it.
That's cool. All right, so we'll leave them on the boat and take the rest onto our boat, and then we can do that.
You bring the
Call lightning
dead
last for, like, an
tiger.
hour?
You Yeah. You bring the dead tiger. You bring all the people that you want to survive. You leave the 7 remaining on the ship. And did you say you were gonna lightning bolt it a few more times?
I'm gonna I think I probably have like 1 in the chamber left, like the last cast. So I'll lightning bolt the mast and then turn undead the ship.
All right. This little Gnar doesn't have a hell of a lot in the way of ship HP. We'll get more into ship-to-ship combat a little bit later. This will just be our first taste. But between the 2 lightning bolts that you've blasted onto it, the top deck is badly damaged. These 7 people scatter and try and dodge the lightning bolt as best as they can. You know, they stay away from the tall things. Everyone knows lightning strikes the tallest things nearby. And then
Norm will call out as he's casting this. Astaire, where are you? Don't you want to save your loyal followers?
God,
He'll scream it out.
The
Why don't you just invite Malachus?
the accountant drops to his knees next to you, Nilrum. Please, by the great and powerful Astaire, please, I beg you to save these people's lives. They haven't done anything wrong.
Norm will smile at him and say,
All they've done
Pray
is
to
worship
Astaire.
the greatest god. How could you condemn them to death for?
"Don't
seeing-"
talk to me. Talk to him. Pray to your foolish god. See if he'll save them."
He clasps his hands together at the edge of his boat and begs Astaire, law of order, god of law, to save these people. Go ahead and give me your 2d6 and your d20 sale for your turning abilities. 9 up to 9 people. Excellent. Ooh, a 3 on the d20 is not great. The tentacles will reach up and they will grab the people and they will rip the 7 people off of the edge of the ship and drown them beneath the waves, but it will not sink the whole ship itself.
I'll look slightly embarrassed and then fire off my lightning bolt. Or have I already done that?
Yes.
Okay.
The people are all gone. The ship is charred. The mast is burning. It's in a terrible state. Left to its own devices, it might burn down, or it might just like burn for a little while and then go out.
Norm will lightning bolt the hole, letting
Yeah.
the water rush in, so we can fulfill our promise.
Neither ship moving, and both of you sort of like nearby. It's much easier to aim your lightning bolt. You can blast at
Nice
the
roll.
hole.
25
shit.
damage.
Damn, that's crazy.
Just out of curiosity, how much was that ship worth? Like, how much gold did we send to the bottom of the ocean just there?
10 grand.
If the last one was about 12, this is a smaller ship, so probably around
Sale's
8.
asking this like in character as we watch it sing.
I just want to know how much bonus XP we're getting for not stealing.
6 grand for the Gnar.
Fair.
The lightning bolt will rip through the side of the ship and it will tilt and begin to take on water. It is not long for this world. It does take wooden ships quite a while to sink. They're not as, fast falling as normal ship, as nice big iron ships. So it'll take a while and you can sail away and let it flounder and slowly sink and eventually be gone.
Is the guy on the mast dead? Yeah.
No, it's only been a day. He's totally
Yeah, he's
alive. He
around.
watched it all.
He's just in agony. I'll talk to
we,
the... Okay.
We need to drop these guys off at the next island, but the man on the mast might cause us some trouble.
Did we take the tiger course with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll talk to the one guy who was praying next to me and ask him where Astaire is.
He looks up at you with hatred and anger in his eyes.
Norm smiles.
I don't know who you are, you renegade wizard you. I don't know from where you've come, but mark my words, the White Prince will drag you to the depths of his dungeons, and you will know what law is. You will know what justice is as you rot for all eternity, well beyond your natural life, down in the depths beneath the mountain.
A nice story.
wonder if that's foreshadowing.
Hmm.
I think I would. It's annoying, but we kind of need to take the guy down when we pop into the island to drop the people off.
Wait, how are
obviously
you gonna pop into an island?
Yeah.
We're obviously not going to go to a dock. We'll drop them off on the beach like we usually do.
We can just do that on a regular. Why do we have to take him down? We can just drop him off at a beach.
I'm just
So, like,
worried if
let's
we sail
say-
too close to the dock, someone will see the dying man on the mast.
Well, Nilram, being the expert navigator, should be able to navigation check to where the dock can't see our ship. Really?
Okay. Yeah. All right. If you feel confident on that, let's do that. I just want to drop these guys off. We'll keep the scribe.
Yeah.
We'll keep the accountant. The rest
Keep
of
the
them.
2 scribes and the
Yeah.
accountant.
Because you guys are on this side of Oaktown right now. You're between Oaktown and Crystal Cove. Again, map is not to scale. So if you could, bring it over here and drop them off here, and then sail back around to get home, or
Perfect.
any of these other spots on this island wherever you wanted to.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do you have
24
a
on the
preference
navigation
on this island where you want to put them?
Maybe on this side, so they're more likely to survive.
Okay. Easy peasy. You'll have to take the rowboat and row them to shore, and then row them back, and then row them to shore, and row them back, because there's a bunch of folks here. But you
Okay.
keep the 2 scribes, and you keep the accountant, and you keep the tiger corpse, and you keep all the booty.
Yes, and we
go
head back home.
And we mask everybody up. We leave the guy on the corpse because it doesn't matter if he sees, because he's gonna stay up there and die. Yeah.
All right, Nilram, give me an appraisal check after you've dropped everyone off. You've told them that you're the Crimson's Fists, right? And that this is Captain John Winters, and that this
I don't
is
think I actually said it, but I would have said that to them. Yes.
35.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a great roll. All told, between coinage and jewelry and little bits of preciousness, the captain's quarters had like a very fine lantern, for example, and there were some like nice quills and pens in there, and some of the passengers had some like silks, handkerchiefs and fancy cloaks, things that you would just take from them because it's got value you could trade somewhere. You are going to come away with it's going to be
Should I just record all of this as coin or not?
We probably shouldn't make that.
I've got
No.
there's a separate thing for wealth and hoard, so maybe I'll store the value of anything that's not coins in that,
Yeah.
sure.
and then we'll just know that we have like jewelry and other things worth this amount.
That's fair. So about 1,000 gold worth of jewelry and clothing and art objects and useful things that, if sold, could produce about 1,000 gold worth of value.
Nice.
And then you've got about 500 gold in coinage. Of that 500 gold, only 100 of it is in actual gold, and the remaining 4,000 is in silver.
Okay.
So 100 gold, 4,000 silver, and then 1,000 gold worth of jewelry and art objects.
Got it.
When we get inside the base, there's like a dungeon, right? Or no?
There's not. There's like those protected areas underground. There's supposed to be like a treasury and maybe like a room to work magic in, but they have
Does the
heavy
door
doors
have,
that
like,
can
a-
lock. So
Does it have like a peephole that you can
No.
like, open or no?
no, it's
Do
a
any
treasury
doors in
door.
this place have that?
Uh-uh.
So no places have that. Okay.
No, there's no dungeons.
All right.
Nothing that
Well,
would
I'm
work as a
gonna
dungeon.
go to Wiley. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna explain what the guy said to me about what the White Prince is gonna do to me, and I'm gonna tell
Aye.
him to lock him up, make his life a living hell, keep him down in the treasury in chains.
You're telling
And,
me you want me to give a bean counter of the White Prince a hard time? Oh
Aye.
boy. There was one thing I was born for in this world. It was giving bean counters a hard time. And if there was a second thing I was born for in this world, it'd be giving the White Prince a hard time. This
No
right
more.
here. Born for this.
I trust that you're gonna do this man unspeakable harms, and Nilram will pull from his pouch a bag of 50 gold and he'll place it in Wiley's hand. This is a thank you.
Where'd you get 50 gold from?
I just have it from random shit. I had 69 gold, and now I have gold.
Nice.
I've spent some times in dungeons of the White Prince myself. I have seen the things that they do to our kind. Be happy to return the favor. And they'll walk into whatever room the accountant is in and shut the door behind him. There's no peephole, so you can't see what goes on. There's like a loud shriek that gets let out as Wiley says, "Stop moving, boy! Come here, give me your hand!" And we can just leave it at that.
Good.
Nice.
Wonderful.
And the party returns to base, safe
All right.
and sound and wealthy.
Nice
And
little trip out.
for the first time, your name is being passed out there as pirates. Your ship has been noted by survivors. The name that runs alongside of it will soon be reported back to the people that pirates flying a black flag with a red fist with a wizard and some sort of other spellcaster, a man who fights with brass bloody knuckles, and a captain with a large hat and a big feather are responsible for these
shaved
things.
legs.
Oh, and the monkey, yes, and there's a monkey with an eye patch as well.
Awesome.
It is time for the
I
rumors to
have-
begin.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
I have a few questions from the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would Captain Winters have wanted to be taken by the weird tree people if he was awake?
No.
Okay. To the whole cast from Radoran 3031. What are your thoughts out of game about what happened with Nilrim praying? Who sent the bears at him? I think we know who sent the bears at us. What are your thoughts on Nilrim doing his bullshit?
I have no idea what happened there. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think that John knows what. I think he just thinks that bears attacked you. I don't know. Or maybe you were trying to enthrall them and they turned on you, maybe.
No.
But
Out
I
of
don't think you would have
character.
noticed the Malchus symbols.
Yeah, they were asking out of game.
Oh,
Yeah,
out of
okay,
game. Oh, it was
Yeah.
Malchus.
100%.
Yeah, I think he's trying to. Personally, I think he's like punishing you for being arrogant enough to think that you could contact him, as well as being associated with Rohi, who clearly doesn't align with any of the gods, from what I can tell now.
I mean, out of character, I think that's just like every now and again, we all got the urge to torpedo a campaign by accident.
True.
From
Some of us more than others.
No.
From Better Ever J. Does Nilrim intend to further explore Malchus the other gods? I think Nilrim gains lots of joy from tempting the other gods, but I'm not going to do it a whole bunch because I obviously don't want to Omega torpedo it. But I'm going to do it when it makes sense. So
Is
probably
your
I don't
goal
know.
to become somewhat demigod-like with like immortality?
I think that that's kind of like his big goal is to become immortal and like a 20th level wizard who.
So
His
you'd
huge
almost
goal
see
is-
like gods like, ugh, I'll be better than these guys one day.
Yeah, his huge goal that I have outlined right now is to become immortal and get high enough level that he can create a spell that can turn not just ships but whole like cities small, and he's gonna put them in like a snow globe, and he's just gonna have those cities like on his like.
That is some
That's his huge.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up, dude.
mega maniac.
Amazing.
So, last question from Elfly Guy 3. Does Sale have curiosities about his power? What he can do versus what he can't do? We know he washed up on shore with powers, but does he want to have a heart to heart with Rohi, with exactly what he's capable of?
Yeah, he definitely has curiosity about his powers. A lot of like, he's tried many times to look for guidance from Rohi, but that avenue of exploration is like not non-existent, but it's very limited. Like a lot of what he has to do is any exploration or discovery is happening through his adventure, through trying to use them and see what happens. Like, for example, he burst into flame heading into that temple. Doesn't know why that is. He discovered the holy symbol is like just sandstone. That's really weird. Normally, a holy symbol is like what's the word? A cognitive symbol. Like it's a symbol, like not just a thing. It has because like sandstone doesn't really have a lot of meaning attached to it, but like a triangle with 3 circles that has like meaning.
Yeah.
So he's like curious about that. He would
One
really
more-
like to have a heart to heart, but he can't get answers.
Yeah, it's probably hard to talk to the guy under the sea. One quick thing, Koibu.
Mhm.
Neal will instruct Wiley that if the man dies from his torture by accident, that he is to put this mask on his face. And Neal is going to give him the burial mask,
Yeah.
just in case.
Okay. Wiley's pretty confident that he'll keep him alive, you know? He lets you know that when you're in prison for a long time, it's not the physical torture that really gets to you. It's the psychological torture. It's the unknown. It's the fear of what could happen that really drives a man mad. I doubt he'll die by my hand. I wish he
Noam
had,
smiles and gives Wiley a great handshake.
Wiley almost gives you his wrong hand, but at the last moment remembers it's a sword now and gives it to you correctly.
That's it for questions for this week. If you want to ask questions, there will be a thread in the Discord, patreon.com/tidesofdeath.
Excellent.
Also, make sure to go to the post-episode discussion on the Koibu subreddit. Sub with Twitch Prime. Go check out the Patreon. And
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Here's the subreddit. I'll link it in chat.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
See you, chaps, ladies.